Safer Arizona. We're gonna legalize it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Safer Dave Show at SaferArizona.com, Arizona's cannabis legalization activist webcasting network. I'm your host, Dave Wisniewski. Ladies and gentlemen, I say this every single day. We're in a war, and the war is real. You know, I wake up every morning, and I get a lot of information sent to my feed, and some of it's good, some of it's bad. Some of it gets me excited, some of it gets me really upset. And this morning, I saw something sent to my feed. It got me really upset over here on the internet. It was AZ Central did a report yesterday on Sheriff Joe Arpaio. It was put out 5:22 p.m. September 17th, 2015. Arpaio targeting street-level drug sales in Operation No Drug Bust Too Small. No drug bust too small. Let me tell you something. You know, when I was 17 and 18 years old, I was arrested for $10 worth of weed, and I was also arrested for $1 worth of swag. I was looking at getting a felony for $1 worth of swag. Now, what this guy's doing, he's waging war on us. This is the war. This is not just some news article that, oh, he's going to go around getting some potheads. What this means is that we're going to have more people coming through our front doors in riot gear. We're going to have a SWAT team kicking down our bedroom door while we're naked in bed, pulling us out of our beds with guns. We're going to have our kids held at gunpoint, dogs beat up, dogs shot. This is putting our drug war on steroids. This guy, he is out of his mind. I honestly believe, in my wholehearted opinion, that Sheriff Joe Arpaio is a psychopath. This guy is trying to come out and listen to this. Maricopa County Sheriff announced Thursday that his deputies and posse members will target street-level drug dealers with a newly launched Operation No Drug Bust Too Small. Since last week, Arpaio's deputy and the sheriff's drug fighting unit has mobilized throughout the county with intelligence, analysts, and a posse of volunteers to crack down on illegal drugs from marijuana to heroin. Now, you know, what's going on here? This is outraging. This is so outraging. I am completely offended. And it says, this terrifies me more than the I-10 shooter. Screw that I-10 shooter running around shooting cars. This is the real war. This is what terrifies me. This is where our friends and family are getting taken down with guns in a military fashion, in a combat fashion. What this is bringing a combat experience to the average person over pot. Over pot, we need to end the war on drugs, and this guy, Operation No Drug Bust Too Small, are you kidding me? No, he's not kidding me. I shouldn't say, are you kidding me? This is a catastrophe in our politics right here. Moving on further, in a recent 3-month period, more than a quarter of all inmates booked into Maricopa County jails were facing drug charges. Of the majority of those inmates were also facing criminal charges that were not drug-related. Bottom line, if we do something about the drug problem, we can do something about the crime problem, he said. And look at him in his bulbous nose. You know what? We can't just lay quiet about this. We can't just let Sheriff Joe run all over us and put our friends and family in jail over a non-toxic medicinal flower bud, and then he gets away with calling it justice. That is injustice. This is a catastrophe. This is a crime against humanity. This is an attack on the American people. So, we got a couple of things going on. One thing I want to do is I want to protest this. I want to go out to the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, District 3 Substation. Seems to be a good centrally located place. I mean, there's a couple other places out here. I mean, we got Maricopa County Corrections, but I want to do a protest of this. I want to let people know that, hey, we're upset about this. We don't want to ramp up the war on marijuana. We need to end the drug war altogether. This guy's out of his mind. Sheriff Joe, he is out of his mind. I don't know what he's thinking. Maybe it's all the stress from his racially profiling bigot case that's going on all over the media. He's trying to push the attention somewhere else, but no. Stop arresting cannabis users. Stop arresting people for making the safer choice. Marijuana is safer than alcohol, tobacco, and pharmaceuticals, and everything Sheriff Joe's been taught about marijuana growing up is a lie. And he's making his corrupt policies based off those lies, and we need to let them know this guy is wrong. So we should be standing out there in front of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office with picket signs saying, hey, stop arresting people for making the safer choice. So October 16th is when I want to be out here in Surprise over here zooming in. This is the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. It is on 13063 West Bell Road, Surprise, Arizona 85734. Find some nice spot on the city property, because if we're on their property, they can kick us off and get upset. So on public property, coming out there, bring some petitions, bring some signs, let them know we got to stop arresting people for making the safer choice. We also have another event coming up. DCS is kidnapping the children of medical marijuana patients. They are coming in with their cops and they're saying, hey, you smoke pot? I'm going to take your kid and give it to some foster care. Meanwhile, they make a fat check and your kid ends up worse off in life. And then you have family hardship, relationships ruined. It is horrible. So we are also protesting DCS for kidnapping the children of medical marijuana patients. That's going on here October 9th at 9 a.m., 5038 South Price Road, Tempe, Arizona. That is the DCS location in Tempe. They're going to be at work. They're going to see us out there with our signs. Please come to these Facebook events. Invite all of your friends. Tell your friends to invite all your friends. If we're not clicking that invite button, people aren't figuring about our grassroots movement. We need to expand. We need your help online. Online activism goes a long way, and we can't do it alone. We need your help to get it done. And it doesn't take much, but sitting on your seat and clicking like for like 20, 30 minutes, or clicking invite for 20, 30 minutes. You know, and one more thing I want to point on is, look at this guy. Arpaio targeting street-level drug sales. Okay, drug sales, targeting street-level drug sales. Now let that be a point, because even when the Marijuana Policy Project's initiative passes, if it passes, all of these marijuana sales are still going to be a felony. So this Operation No Drug Bust Too Small will still be going on with the Marijuana Policy Project's initiative, and people will still be getting police coming in their front door with riot gear, with their ramrods, with their assault rifles, putting them in your face for selling a single joint or something to that extent, because any amount of sales of marijuana under the MPP's initiative is still going to be a Class 4 felony with prison time. That gives police incentive to continually hunting us down and putting us in jail for these small marijuana sales. So cannabis users, beware, because they are ramping up the war on marijuana here in Arizona, and we need to stand up. We need to be heard. We need to not take this. We need to not let them run us over with this. So protest with us and help us end cannabis prohibition the right way. We have something out there. We have hope. We have a way we can beat this. It's called the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation Initiative. And what it's going to do, it's going to take those sales, it's not going to be a felony anymore. It's taking those felonies and dropping it down to a misdemeanor for sales. The reason that we can't sell marijuana to each other is the same reason we can't sell alcohol to each other. You still need an alcohol liquor license to sell alcohol from one person to another. But in the state of Arizona, selling alcohol without a license is a Class 2 misdemeanor. It's a fine. It's not a felony. You're not going to get riot teams, SWAT teams coming through your front door for selling beers to each other. But you will for marijuana, even if it's legal underneath the Marijuana Policy Project's initiative. So this hardship, this devastation, this catastrophe is going to continue. It's going to continue underneath the Marijuana Policy Project's initiative if it passes. That's why it's important that we do it the right way. Vote for Arizonans for Mindful Regulation. And please make a campaign contribution for Arizonans for Mindful Regulation. That's azfmr.com. You can also make a campaign contribution at legalizemarijuanainarizona.org. You can follow the Arizona cannabis legalization movement at saferarizona.com. Help us stand for legalization, real legalization. Don't let the MPP fool you, because this kind of stuff is still going to be going on. People are going to be going down in the MPP's initiative, and the AZFMR initiative is what's actually going to end. It's going to remove the prohibition, and it's going to replace it with our legalization law. So again, this was the Safer Dave Show at SaferArizona.com, Arizona's cannabis legalization activist webcasting network. Thank you.